Boy, I've never been on radio before. Not TV and all this. I kind of start from the beginning first, though. You know, just think, Jeanette and I have been married 57 years now, and look at the family. And I suppose I'll have to start with a song. Oh, I'll never forget the day that I was born. It was on a cold, frosty morn. And the fellows were making funny faces at the little shirt my mommy made for me. So I can't quite remember that far back, but but then too, I was going to say, when I heard somebody they wanted me to do this sort of thing, I thought, well, I'll not want to bore you with little details or anything that much. One time this old fellow was harvesting over there, and he said, when I look back in my years, he said, and he was getting up there in age, and it seems like just a kid. When he was just a kid, it was just yesterday. And that's the way it goes, 80 years, you know. And it's just like that, and then I can remember so much of it. But I've never had more joy in my life than I have right now. And of course, I give a lot of credit to Jeanette, because I was a senior, I think, or junior or senior, and you were a freshman. And once in a while, she was first on, first off in the school bus, and I was the last one on and last one off. I used to like to tease her, you know, because I wink at her. Well, I guess I went to the Army then. We started writing to each other, so I took her home, I think, before I went in the Army one time, And when I was in the Philippines, then we were writing back and forth, and I liked to kid her about when she got to be 16 years old. Sweet 16 had never been kissed. Well, I knew a little different, because I went to basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
How many years?
I was overseas a year and a half. A year in the Philippines and a half in Japan. My training was in a tank battalion, and I became the tank driver. But then they broke up the tank battalion, so then I was transferred into the Air Force. And then I was flown up to Tokyo, Japan from there.
You did quite a lot of traveling while you were in there.
Oh yeah. Philippines for a whole year, you know, Philippines.
Was there a girl back home?
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I was in the Philippines, we wrote back and forth, you know that. Yeah. That's how I got to know her. She was a little different than she was now. Letters, you know. I don't know how you remember how that went? Dippity-dopity. You remember how that went?
Did you guys ever...
Can you say it for him, huh? Can you say it for him? You don't want to say it for him.
Dippity-doppity-dopity. Dippity-dappity-dopity. Disconnect the dumbbell, bowling and knock me flat-foot. Flat-foot, yeah.
She wrote that in the letter?
Yeah. I thought, what kind of a girl is that?
Did you guys ever save any of your letters?
Boy, I don't know if we did. No, I don't think I saved anything hardly, even my uniform, anything. And she had invited me to go to her prom, and I wanted to go real bad. What happened the next
You're home now.
Oh, yeah, I went to commercial college, and she went to Mankato, and she went to normal training for teacher in New Ulm.
So you did stand her up for prom?
Good deal.
Yeah.
Not against my will, but against my will. Yeah.
He was a good boy listening to his mother.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you just went through a war, a typhoon, swimming without drowning, and you couldn't go to her prom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's just life.
Grandma, did you take somebody else to your prom?
No, I was going to be smart enough with a soldier boy, you know.
Yeah.
He never showed up.
Yeah, I felt bad about that. I feel bad about that.
Oh.
But then, anyhow, we started going together then. The only thing I went to then, of course, was the movie in town, you know. The movie.
So, Dad, I don't know if you said, but you never really, did you kill anybody? I mean,
No. Never shot at anybody. Never got shot at myself.
Oh, good.
No.
So you didn't get to see your friends or anybody close to you get hurt or killed or
No.
anything?
No.
So, Dad, how'd you propose to Mom?
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. What was it I said now? I always remember that. I forget now. The last few years I've just forgotten so much right off the bat.
Well, you finally asked if I would be the mother of his children.
Oh, is that how you proposed?
That's how he proposed.
And she
Well,
said,
You just have to be the mother of his children.
Don't worry about just me. Just be the
Yeah.
mother of my children.
boy, look what happened, you know. Yeah, amazing, you know.
Well,
Oh.
you're only up to age 20 now, so you're going to tell them anything more than that.
Where we at?
You got down in St. James.
Yeah, yeah. Went down there to see about getting that job, this job opening. I got hired right off the bat. It was Forsyth Motors, and then they changed it. I got the S&S Motors, yeah.
And then that was my first year of teaching and sewing.
Yeah. Worked out real great.
Yeah.
And then...
There you went farming, right?
Mm,
So there you went.
well, yeah, but... and then I picked up, well, her cousin's husband hired me for helping him lay blocks and sidewalks and stuff like that. And we were living at her
He's gotten married in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. And you know, your dad, he could paper, wallpaper and everything else. You know, he fixed up that upstairs for him real good so he could live up there. Where we lived up there for, I don't know, 9 months or something, a year about.
So when you guys got married, you first lived at home?
My folks, yeah.
At her folks,
We
yeah,
lived
upstairs, yeah. They're wonderful, wonderful people, just wonderful. Mother and Dad. I wanted to go farming anyhow, and sure enough, a farm came available, and that was my dad's cousin farm. The guy there left, and he lived upstairs, and we got that, and that's when we started farming.
So that's the first home you guys had was on a farm?
No, we lived upstairs, and then I got a school out in South Branch.
South Branch, south of St. James, about 10 miles, yeah.
Yeah, and then we lived in a brand new home that was
Oh.
on somebody else's
Yeah,
farm.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, to begin with, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
then.
lived in
Then the farm came up. and then-
town. And that was
Yeah.
a terrible place
Mhm.
we had it there, but it was only for a little while.
Yeah.
And then we went out to the farm.
Oh,
Then
okay.
we
Yeah.
farmed for 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was wonderful years. That's where Julie was born, Mary was born, Rich was born.
All of them were born there.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
in the barn?
Out in the barn.
Well, we had one in St. James, one in Bedelia,
Yeah.
and one in Mountain Lake.
Yeah. Julie, May, I think it was May 4th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had just gotten the corn planter out. We had tractors then. We didn't use horses then. You know, just corn planter out. And so I said, I'm going to have to go. And beautiful day, 80 degrees that day, just perfect for planting corn. I sat in that hospital. You're born at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I sat in that hospital all afternoon, you know, and couldn't be out there in the field. Then she came along. Then Mary came along. Well, you know, Mary.
Grandma's always said mom's been a bit difficult. So do you remember the day? Do you remember the day my mom was born?
Oh, I sure did. I had we had corn shellers the next day coming over. And, yeah, corn shellers. And sure, you know, shit before. So yeah, we had Mary, and then I had to go home for the corn shellers, get ready for them, you know, and to fix their meals and stuff like that, you know, throw some food at them. And so then, after that, then of course the big guy came, you know, the boy. 2 girls and a boy then.
Gotta keep going.
Oh, we aren't done with Mary.
Yeah.
We got the third of Mary.
Yeah.
That was no big deal there. She was born, and that was it.
Yeah, but I had to feed the corn shellers, though. Yeah. And then, then Rich came along. That was in March 12th, yeah. And the cows were coming in, the pigs, little pigs. And it was cold. And he was born, I think, shortly right after midnight, right before midnight. Came home, the first thing I did when I came home was go out in the barn, because they had heaters, you know, for him, and to check on the sows. And I came home, and it was 31 pigs from 2 sows. I never heard of such a thing. 18 from one and 13 from the other one. I never heard of such a thing.
So he was born the same day as the pig?
He always said he brought down the average. So then, I don't know, we farmed 10 years, and we got such allergies so terrible bad on the farm, and I was concerned about that, boy. And so I thought about, well, I probably don't do it. I had it for 10 years, and I could have, kept renting as long as I wanted to, or even bought the place, later on. But we had such allergies so bad, so then we're up at my sister's place up there in Richfield, and they're living up there, and George Roth, he worked in town, and he said that they were hiring at Northwest Airlines. And so I got hired right away.
Now don't forget, this time you bought a new car, went to the cities and worked, and I got stuck with your field work.
Yeah, that's right, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I had to haul grain.
How was that raising 3 kids and running the farm?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We should get Grandma on this microphone one day.
Yeah. But, so then that's when I got into Republic Airlines then. And I worked there for 18 years, I think it was. 18 years? I think it was 18 years.
And then you retired from Northwest.
Yeah.
You worked there. How long you worked there?
Just 2 years.
Yeah, and then you retired.
But he wasn't really retired, right? Because then he started working for you guys in your school.
Well, yeah. Yeah, right.
So I said you had to be in that. If you're going to work for me, you got to be in that office at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
I have to be in my office at 8.
Yeah. And I kept on moving, too. We lived first in one place, then moved to another, and Cedar Grove there. And then we bought that house, the minister's house, that big house, and then we kept extending that. Well, who was that worked for that then again? That was...
My dad worked on that for you guys.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Worked on
Yeah, Archie.
Julie taught there, and
Who was that?
Mary worked in the office, and Rich was janitorial custodian, and office, both. And
Yeah,
we all worked.
I claim for it.
But you know that she had, 6 preschools going on Ninja Hunt? Besides daycare, and then she kept selling them off to the churches, then, a reasonable price, so not many prices, not too much price.
Hey, Grandpa, I just have one question. You kind of started off in your teens, when you started with talking, you kind of started off with the war. When you were young,
Yeah.
you grew up on a farm around
yeah.
St. James?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can start from the beginning.
No, you don't have to go through all that. I just wanted to be clear on that. No, I don't mind, but Grandma, I remember you telling me once that there was kind of like the Swedish community and the Norwegian community, and it was not really separated, like quite intertwined, but it kind of more like it was, wasn't it?
He was Sodal with all of our regions. I was Swadal with all of the Swedes.
Yeah,
We're 6 miles apart.
Yeah,
Okay.
uh-huh.
And he grew up on a farm all his life, and I grew up on a
Yeah,
farm all my
uh-huh.
life, and then we farmed together for 10 years besides.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a wonderful life. Goodness sakes alive. You think about goodness gracious, 80 years, and much joys I've ever had in all my life,
Where were you born?
Oh, I was born on the farm, and, the doctor
St.
said...
James, or?
No, I was out in the country, St. James area,
So,
and, yeah, but then...
But did they have a hospital for
near
when you were born?
Godall, Huh?
Did they have a hospital when you were born?
The doctors didn't even come out for birth. We had this...
did they have electricity?
Oh, no, we didn't get the electricity all that.
No?
No, we didn't get
That was a joke.
until 38 we got electricity, when the REA came through.
So you both lived through the Depression?
Oh, yeah, she was born in the Depression. She brought the Depression on, 1929.
Was this the beginning of the Depression then?
You can imagine. I was born in 25.
We were on a farm like 5 years before we ever had a telephone.
I had that Model A, and then I was going to the Army. I had it for sale, and I had $85 spent for that Model A, at that time.
Was Grandma your first kiss, or did you have other girlfriends before her?
No, she was my really steady girlfriend. I think I had Hansker girls. I could have had all kinds of them, but I didn't care for those Norwegian ones,
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah.